Welcome to the 508 Power Hour, a fantasy football podcast like no other. And here are your hosts, Fran Baldino and Dave Preventure.
What's going on, guys? Switching it up. I'm on this side. I literally don't know why. But it is week 18, I guess you can say. Right?
Just about football week 18.
Football
Tyler's going
week
to tell us
18,
it's week 20 for the
episode
podcast.
17, supposedly. That's obviously, up for debate. But breaking news out of Washington. Let's get there first. I mean, crazy day, crazy stories going around. Nobody really thought it was going to actually happen. But, as of what? I think 5-6 hours ago, Russell Westbrook will be starting tonight against Sixers in Philadelphia. Crazy. I mean, he's just been missing games for, I don't know, no reason. Maybe just because a little rest, little this, little that. He's been taking a lot of shots. They lose when he plays. They win when he's not. Good to see for Washington.
Yeah. I mean, that's classic NBA right now. The stars sit down when they want to. So
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi Leonard. You know who doesn't?
LeBron.
Well, he does. He was the
He created
but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
They will eventually.
Yeah, no, they won't. But Fran, NFL playoffs. Let me tell you what. The Patriots are out. The Patriots, the New England Patriots, are not in the playoffs for the first time since that whole ACL injury.
Hold on. So you're telling me the last 2 years Brady didn't start at quarterback in New England?
Correct.
They missed the playoffs?
Correct. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
Is Belichick a system coach?
I think
Some
Belichick
say.
needs Brady.
Some say. But you know what I like to see there? The 7th seed.
Yeah?
Guess who that is?
I'm going to take a wild guess, Dave. Is that the Colts?
Yes, sir. Indianapolis Colts playoffs are back. Andrew Luck is coming out of retirement, and he is going to play on Saturday. I mean, my sources have told me.
They're going to need him.
I'm
Shut the hell up.
I'm just really excited to see the Dolphins play this weekend.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, Tua played quarterback this week. They can't.
He
Can't throw it to the right team.
Fitzmagic doesn't get COVID. Maybe they're in. I mean, that was a beating by the Bills too.
If Fitzpatrick is healthy, he's in the first quarter.
And he's winning that game. Also.
Tua gets benched for the third time this year.
And the starters are pulled at half, right?
For Buffalo, yeah.
For Buffalo, and they still put up 56.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Matt Barkley looked like a Pro Bowler. Josh Allen looked like an MVP.
And
Tua
the
looked like
Dolphins
he was playing high school football.
Yeah, that defense looked like it should be out of the playoffs.
Yeah, which...
I mean, I'm going to be the first to say I'm extremely nervous to go against that Buffalo squad. I mean, maybe they should be... I think they're better than the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They can go toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. I know past few weeks I was saying they couldn't, but 56 burger on
so they've got...
Dolphins.
It's like...
Josh Allen is... So in football, you see these teams that peak at the right time right before playoffs. I mean, 2007, the Giants, that team peaked perfectly, and we all remember what happened.
What happened?
I personally don't remember because I wasn't watching that Super Bowl. Not a huge fan. Tyler,
Yeah.
Patriots fan. What happened?
What happened?
In that Super Bowl? Giants peaked, perfect timing.
Yeah, the very last game of the year for me. They peaked, yep.
Well,
Eli Manning throws a Hail Mary.
Ooh!
Helmet catch.
Probably the dumbest catch in history.
It was the greatest catch in Super Bowl history.
Well,
Edelman's catch was pretty
Edelman,
cool.
that catch was...
It was
Y'all forget
the greatest catch in Super Bowl history.
That's...
Reggie Wayne caught a first down once in the Super Bowl.
First down. Wes Welker dropped a first down.
Wait, Butterfinger Welker, also known as Deontay Johnson, Butterfingers. We're not going to go there.
Nick Foles caught a touchdown pass.
And Brady dropped a
Brady.
would-be.
Oh my
That would
God.
be touchdown pass.
So that's-
there's a lot of catches out there that are better than that catch.
Super Bowl winning coach on whose team for the Saturday? I think it's looking good. Frank Reich.
He was not a Super Bowl winning coach. He was a Super Bowl winning quarterback's coach.
Coach.
That's like me sitting here saying Tyrod Taylor has a Super Bowl ring.
Which he does. I mean, I don't...
So is
Tyrod
Jimmy,
Taylor's a...
so is Jimmy G.
I feel like in this chair, I'm just... I don't...
Yeah, Jimmy G's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
You're in a new chair
Yes.
today.
I know, it's a side. It just brings aura that just like...
Bad vibes on that
I know.
side. Bad juju.
No, Juju is bad. There's just no bad
my
juju
bad,
there.
my bad.
Speaking of Kyrie Irving, what a bum.
He's lighting it up this year.
I mean, him and
He is
Kevin
lighting it
Durant,
up this year.
Kyrie Irving, his quote, I just feel like for the first time in my life, I got a shooter on my team. Kevin Durant misses the game winner.
No, Kyrie
They
missed
both
the
missed
game
the-
winner
and then-
first.
And then
Kyrie isn't clutch, which he stated in that comment. KD gets a mid-range jumper. Looks like me shooting the ball off the fucking
Well, I mean,
front rim, and no shot.
Wait,
I mean-
what does that sound like again? You take a shot.
I can't really reenact a brick right now. No, would be in.
Oh.
That's that's
has
right
this kid
in.
ever watched Beth? Okay. Okay. I mean, besides the 7-2 matchup, what else do we have?
Oh, all right. Let's
Super
let's get
wild
into
card
let's
weekend.
let's get into super wild card weekend, Dave. We're not gonna recap week 17 because, I mean, realistically, week 17 is week 17.
Colts won. That's all.
There were some games that mattered, some games didn't.
I mean, how about Kyler Murray being an absolute child?
I mean, Kyler comes into the game hurt. He plays one drive, gets hurt again, and then comes back in the third quarter and looks
The
like
same.
normal.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Like,
if you really want to win and you really want to go to the playoffs, what the hell? Also, for all those Giants fans out there, right, that are all mad and pissed off at
oh, I got a good thing about
at
that.
Philly for tanking the game, y'all were 5 and 6 and 10.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be complaining. I mean, you guys did not deserve to be in the playoffs.
First of all, I think Washington wins the game either way.
Yep, me too.
Second of all, because Doug Peterson put a backup in means he threw the game. No.
He wanted.
Yes, I understand that Hurts needs snaps, and Sudfeld is obviously not a good quarterback.
Did you hear what he said about Sudfeld? Guy was on the team for like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I figured, you know what? Let's give him some meaningful reps. I kind of like that, but he should be fired, and I think
He should not be fired.
I think Philly needs a whole readjustment.
If he lost the locker room with the move, I can see why he would get
That's
fired.
true, but he didn't. I think.
But I feel like the locker room kind of stands behind him.
I don't think you see
80% of his decisions.
key players there next year, though. I don't think Zach Ertz is going to be there.
No, Ertz is gone. Wentz is
Kelsey's
gone.
gone. Wentz is gone.
Miles
Sanders is there.
Miles
Is he on a
Sanders.
contract?
Yeah. It's just, key defensive players too. They have.
Alshon,
I mean, Alshon.
Deshaun Jackson's probably
Deshaun,
gone.
if he stays healthy, maybe he
He-
retires.
I think
you
he's
never know.
retiring.
But that Eagles team, I think they're going to need a lot. It's going to be a little bit of a rebuilding process
Mhm.
for a year or two with Jalen Hurts. I think they stick with Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
but again, I have no idea what they're going to do with
I
Carson
mean,
Wentz and that money.
if people are gonna get mad at like people around the NFL, not just Philly fans and the Eagles fans,
About the integrity
About-
of the game
about
getting destroyed and stuff like that.
what's his name? Sudfeld playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bill Belichick benched his number one cornerback
Right.
in a Super Bowl. Did Belichick throw that game? No.
No.
Mind
Like, you can't sit here and he made the wrong decision. Doug Peterson made the wrong decision, but you can't sit here and say, "Oh, he threw the game. He wasn't coaching to win," because that's just not true. I
Mind
mean,
you, Jalen Hurts did not play good that game.
no.
He kind of deserved to be benched.
Yeah.
He had
I mean,
79 yards and 2
The
picks.
thing is,
I mean,
if Carson Wentz is the guy who goes in there,
right.
there's not one person throwing a fit.
And why is Carson Wentz a healthy scratch before that game? Which
I
is
just think that's
It's the
week
last game of the
17.
season. It means nothing to them.
I'm so
Why
interested
even
to see where
bother?
they go.
Wentz is gone, so I mean,
If he goes to the Indianapolis Colts, I will scream. Unless
If
he's
comes
Carson
over.
Wentz before that ACL injury,
mm.
I'll rejoice.
all right. Let's get back into
Super.
NFL Super Wild Card Weekend.
COVID Bowl.
Dave, Saturday, 1 p.m. We start off
105.
105 kickoff.
CBS.
It is on CBS. Yes, we have the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Buffalo Bills.
The
Before we
2
get
seed?
going,
Wait. Did
yes,
Buffalo win the
2
AFC
versus-
East?
Buffalo did. Yes,
Oh, the
they went 13-3.
Pats didn't win it?
No, Brady's on Tampa, who
The Bills squeaked it out.
went 11-5.
Oh.
Okay, but okay, so
okay.
Bills opening line. Bills minus 6.5.
Is that 7 now, I think?
May have changed. I'm gonna give opening line. So
It's a lot of points.
I mean, 6.5 is a lot against Indy. The way Jonathan Taylor's been on an absolute roll.
So, with Indianapolis, the Pats, like the past 2 to 3 playoff appearances, they run into the Patriots, and they get blown out every time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different Indianapolis Colts team and a different AFC playoff bracket. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's like Buffalo obviously been putting up these points, but 7 is like
That's a
for a playoff game. That's a lot.
Fun fact about Josh Allen: a lot of people obviously gave Josh Allen shit. I, from week 1, have been saying he's winning MVP. He's gonna be in conversation for it.
He's gonna be top.
But Josh Allen this season had the number 5 quarterback season for fantasy football ever.
That's unreal.
Like, Josh Allen, the first 5 weeks of the season was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, the end of the season, last 4 or 5 games was fantastic. That middle Josh Allen was good.
Yeah.
Like, he was a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take the beginning of the season and the end of the season, Josh Allen was the best quarterback in football in those, 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the 8 weeks in the middle where he kind of fluttered around top 10, top 5. But, I mean, for Josh Allen to go out this year, and, I mean, if you've listened to radio stations around the country, if you listen to anyone on TV, they trash Josh Allen before this season. Josh Allen came in, improved dramatically. The defense got better. Stephon Diggs,
his completion percentage is 10% higher. And I know what you're talking about because the local radio around here, they're like, oh well, that's just not true. It can't be. It's a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's someone progressing to becoming an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the rest of either the AFC East or the rest of the AFC doesn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick even didn't buy into Josh Allen. And
Yeah.
He torched him.
The craziest thing, though, is you have somebody like Josh Allen this year. Honestly, dude, Pat Mahomes came in his first year as a starter and lit it up.
Right.
I can't remember a time where quarterback has been below average the rookie year, average the sophomore year, and then, he literally went from bottom half of the NFL to a top 3 quarterback. There were times this season watching Josh Allen where you're like, he's the best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. And then you get the times where obviously you watch Mahomes and Rodgers, and you're just like, those are the best quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. But for Josh Allen to go from what he was prior to the season to where he is now is just insane.
I think, so with the NFL, there's so much turnover. I mean, you draft a guy and he's a bust in the first season, they'll look past him.
Tua.
His argument with Tua. I think you got to give him a few years to develop. Look at Baker Mayfield. He's similar to Josh Allen, not putting up Josh Allen stats, but still, I mean, his first year, okay. Second year, okay. This was his, let's prove it year, and he got the Browns to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I think with the NFL, you have to give these guys chances. Mm-hmm. With, Dewey Haskins, that's a different situation because he's a bum.
Yep.
I mean, he got his chance and he failed, So.
He got paid, went to the strip club.
I also think when it comes to Josh Allen, people around the league don't put him up as high as he should be because prior to this year, I mean now obviously, but prior to this year, because of the team he's on. It's the Bills.
Buffalo hasn't been a legit competitor for 20 years.
So they're is he good? He's on the Bills. Do we really trust the Bills? So I mean, but now that the Bills went out and did what they did this year,
and it's going to be funny because no matter what happens, Bills can lose by 25 on Saturday, or they can win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Going into next season, people are going to doubt Buffalo.
100%.
They're going to doubt the Bills because there's
Buffalo.
no conconsistency there, and you
got
to see the consistency to believe in them. But
it's starting to get them because they made the playoffs last year, right?
Right. If they
last 3 years.
If they win, if they get to the AFC Championship, which I think is likely. No, it's not because Colts beat them Saturday. But anyways,
last 4 years.
I think that's a huge step in the right direction for them because now they're starting to become that powerhouse team. Mm-hmm. Again, it's the Chiefs, it's the Saints, but now if Drew Brees retires, who the hell knows what's going to happen there? It's just the NFL's with all these old guys that have dominated the league for all this time. Now you see Big Ben, Brady, Brees, they're done. They're retiring now. So it's going to be interesting to see where the NFL goes.
All right, Dave, score. Give me a score winner and score prediction.
31-28.
Bills by 3.
Indianapolis Colts.
Colts by 3.
Yeah.
We didn't say who's
Rodrigo, game winner. 50 yards on the dot.
I mean, we've all
Shut up.
We've all seen
50 yards on the dot.
Tyler, how are you?
Ooh, honestly, I'm taking the Bills this
Well,
one.
he's a
Bills-
hater.
Score?
The Bills are just so fucking good, dude. I'm gonna go 43-28 Bills.
Gross.
Wow. Okay.
That's gross.
I say Josh Allen absolutely balls out.
See, the problem with that, so before you make your pick, the Colts defense, like, they have been giving up a lot of points lately, but it's a very opportunistic defense where you give them a pick, you give them a fumble, and they're going to make you pay.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Allen's that type of guy. In pressure, he might make a mistake because he's still young. And, I mean, we saw it last year. The guy fucking tried to lateral a pass when there was still, like, 45 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... Watch out for that Colts defense, especially when they're fully healthy now.
All right, I'm going to go Bills 26-16.
You think Phillip Rivers is going to get pressured that much?
I mean,
Jonathan Taylor?
Phillip Rivers has been pretty bad in the playoffs in cold weather games. In cold weather games.
Career.
And I think Buffalo, being in Buffalo, as much as home field hasn't really played a factor this season.
Which I would imagine that
one will.
scene.
Yeah.
Of if
they
fans
could sell
this
out.
year.
And yeah. Oh, it'd be
See what
insane.
Sean Payton wanted to do?
Like,
He had a plan that he was going to have 50,000 Saints fans quarantine before the playoffs so they could get all of them into the dome.
That'd be nuts, huh?
I mean,
that would be sick.
if you could do that, it'd be awesome.
Is the
but
game
you
in
can't.
Buffalo?
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, let's move over.
You don't know that.
What are you looking up the weather?
Yep, Saturday, 35 degrees, sunny, 10% chance of rain. So
Yeah, so
cold,
I mean,
cold
it's going to be cold.
Right.
okay.
Alright. 4:40 on Saturday. We got the LA Rams visiting the Seattle Seahawks.
Goff is healthy.
He's supposed to be. I haven't. I'll check.
Is he cleared? Because was he COVID or was it? No,
No,
that was his thumb.
thumb.
That's right,
Smacked
thumb.
his
Yeah.
thumb on
yeah.
He hasn't. It's.
I
He
think
practiced.
he's
He
probably
was
gonna
limited
play.
in practice, but McVay won't announce it.
I see. Anytime Seattle plays, I mean, we said this at the first half in like the past 3 years. It's must-watch TV.
Mhm.
Lately, they've been doing nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been saving it, but I mean,
Seattle's -4.5 in this game.
see, like 4 weeks ago, I literally thought the Rams were gonna run the table and like win the whole thing. And then you saw these consistent flaws with Goff and the play calling with McVay and even the defense letting up some points. I think you got to take Wilson. He's got a little chip because, you know, people are saying now he shouldn't get MVP votes. So he's like, hey, I can still prove it, you know.
Even if Goff doesn't play, what's his name? Who was
Walford, no, he sucked.
I don't know.
Dude.
I think he played pretty well.
I mean, the defense got a pick
that
six
game.
and a safety, and then the rest
he only
of
had
the
what?
field.
He had one pick. That was it, right?
Two.
Yeah.
One?
I
Two?
think it was
The
one.
one pick, and he threw like
He
2 or
managed
3
the game,
touchdowns.
which is what the
Yeah,
Rams
he managed
do.
it pretty well, exactly.
I don't
He does
think
what
he
Goff
can-
does.
But I
mean,
also
he.
had the help of Kyler Murray being a
Yeah.
complete pussy.
That's true, too. Yeah.
I mean, the Rams and Seahawks split this year. I mean,
That
they-
first game was awesome.
they
Second
each
game
won the
was
home
boring.
game.
6 man.
So, yeah. There's no fans, though, right? In Seattle?
No, 6 man. Oh, I mean,
6 man.
12 man.
12 man.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
That was.
12 man on TV.
Yeah.
See,
6
man.
man.
They'll
Just
pump
easy.
Seattle,
crowd noise.
Wilson struggles
They
against
should.
the pass rush, and I think he's gonna get rushed big time this game.
Aaron Donald.
Donald and the others. I
I
want to
hope-
take the. I think the Rams are winning this game.
That's an
I like it.
I like
DK Metcalf has been.
Mr. Unlimited.
DK's been shut down against against
Jalen Ramsey. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking Rams 17-10.
I like the sacks in that game. I mean, I know this isn't 508 D-Gens because Bruce is dead,
Mhm.
but Aaron Donald's going to get to Russell Wilson like 3 times himself.
Yep.
And then the other side, if it's Wofford playing, guy's going to get sacked. And even Goff is prone to taking sacks. That offensive line isn't crazy good. And you got to rely on Akers a whole lot, who's a rookie in a playoff game. So I think you take Seattle. Everyone's healthy.
I got Rams 17-10.
What's the opening line?
6.5 given to Seattle.
We got the
4.5.
peanut gallery doing
4.5.
this over there. I like Seattle, and everyone thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think both these offenses get back to it because Seattle's defense sucks. 34-17, Seattle blowout.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle 26.
This guy just said he likes your pick, and then he takes
21.
Seattle.
26-21.
Yeah.
Okay.
How the hell does that score even happen?
All right, Saturday night, David.
Oh, you tell me.
26.
Like, I mean,
Two
well, then again,
touchdowns
everyone's missing field goals nowadays, but like
And extra
that,
points and
that's gonna be
safety.
weird
There's
shit.
been a
All right.
lot of safeties.
Well,
lately.
Dave.
All right. What's that night game? Do we have a
Saturday
night game?
night primetime, 8:15 kickoff.
What channel?
It's going to be on NBC.
Woohoo, baby!
I believe that's Chris Collinsworth.
Yes, sir.
My boy.
Hey, all right. Well, cancel Tyler.
Alrighty. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 11-5 Buccaneers, traveling to Washington to play the football team. Who
I know.
7-9.
I know what the Patriots. Okay, timeout. So
Road game
what's
for
weird is nobody can see this, but we have Nate Orn here in the audience. You said Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He instantly pulled up his shirt and started patting his Patriots logo tattoo as if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the New England Patriots because
Bucks
Tom
by
Brady's
mil.
there. That doesn't add up. It sounds
So
like
he's a Bucks fan.
No. It's
I'm a Tom
bandwagon.
Brady fan. Put your bank on the Bucks.
Bandwagon.
So he's
Put
a
your
Bucks
house on
fan.
it.
I guess so. So he's not a Pats
Bandwagon or
fan.
not.
He's
Put
rooting.
your house on
He's
it.
rooting for the Bucks. He's a Bucks
I
fan.
think he just cursed the Patriots for the foreseeable future.
No, I did not.
I mean, as a
Heard it
gypsy,
before.
I curse him.
2 cents.
Do you want to come on the podcast and give your Cam Newton
After
take
you
right
break.
now?
After you
And
break.
the viewers have gone.
What did Washington finish? 7-9.
7-9.
I cannot wait to see this game because
I think again that's a game where in Washington it's gonna play a factor. You're not playing in Tampa, Florida.
right. I mean,
Brady obviously doesn't give a shit, but you're
Brady's
not playing in
used to-
Tampa, Florida.
if there was fans and everything, I think this Washington team would have a crazy turnout.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Chase Young. I don't.
Bucks
this
are
guy
Bucks
is,
are minus 7.5 here.
Chase Young might be the best defensive player we've seen drafted in the past 5 years, and there's been a lot of good defensive.
He might
players.
be better than Nick Bosa.
That's what I'm saying. He is unbelievable talent, and Brady can't handle a quick pass rush because that Bucks offensive line is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
They lost A.Q. Shipley, who has to retire, who's now coaching for the Bucks.
Yep.
I mean, you have the chance where we've seen Tampa Bay struggle, but then again, they've also seen like the past 2-3 weeks they're back at what you'd expect a Brady-led team. Mike Evans might not play.
Yeah, what's the status of him?
We saw that
Status of
injury. It
him.
looked
I mean,
it looked like a non-contact, right?
Yeah, non-contact knee injury. Yeah.
Shout out Mike Evans though. He broke that record for what's it? The
Touchdown?
consecutive 1,000-yard
Consecutive
season.
1,000-yard season. What?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He got it by like
6?
7 yards
Yeah.
because like that last catch he got over the 1,000. How about Emmanuel Sanders' celebration for getting that 8th? He got
Oh, yeah,
8
forget-
catches.
yeah.
And he just instantly goes like
I mean,
that.
how about Tom Brady? What's his name? Antonio Brown needed 45 catches to get a
That was pretty
half a
dope.
million,
That was pretty dope.
and
got it.
Brady just gives him three
Shovel pass.
shuffle passes in the last
2 minutes of the game.
like
It was awesome. I mean, I kind of like seeing that. I like incentivized football.
Well,
Bucks are somewhat
Antonio
optimistic.
Brown needed money to pay Brady for rent. You know
Somewhat optimistic.
Or to pay off the court charges and all the
that too.
legal trouble.
Child support, whatever. You know.
Well, we don't go there.
all
to
right.
Aaron about
Who's
that.
winning this game?
What's the game?
Bucks.
Washington.
Washington.
Oh, shit. Bucks. I mean, can't count out Brady, right? But again, I would love to see Washington make a run, but I think they're too young.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a crazy report today. Adam Schefter said Cam Newton could look at a $20 to $40 million contract with incentives at Washington,
incentive-laden.
which
Or New England.
right. I can't.
It was Washington or New
I
England.
couldn't. I
in the
can
tweet.
see this Washington move because I mean they do have to pay Alex Smith 20 to 30.
You're not. They're not paying.
But
I can't.
Ron-
It's the incentive.
Buys, right. So guess who's that head coach? Obviously.
Rivera.
So maybe there's some ties there. But again, I think Cam Newton
I think Cam
No.
Newton retires before the draft. Like he.
something. Yeah. Unless he can't get paid, he would.
If he doesn't find a spot before the draft, he will retire.
I don't think he's
a
gonna
backup.
look.
He's a
I
backup.
think.
Oh, he already said he has plenty of years left.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look, but no one's gonna offer him anything, so he's gonna retire.
He said this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out and said that he has many years left, and he said this is nowhere close to the end for him. So
Okay.
what
Well, he's
basically
gonna
saying.
go home.
Yeah,
he's
and
gonna
no one's
go
gonna
home.
offer him anything. He's gonna
No,
be
he's gonna go home and he's gonna watch game film and see like, oh, what did I do wrong? And he's gonna
Like,
see
oh,
his
every
throw.
He's been watching game film on himself all year, and every weekend he's like, "Oh, I can do better."
Every
And he doesn't
weekend
get
he's
better.
out partying.
I mean, he had the
with
best
Stephon
game of
Gilmore.
his season last Sunday.
Great.
Thank God it was
Those are
against
freaking Jets.
Plays the Jets
were
twice a year if he's in
2-0.
New England next year.
Great.
Jets were 2-0
It's two good
past 2
games.
weeks. Just throwing that out
I mean,
there.
that's 2 wins.
And it wasn't even good. Like, it was good, but it wasn't good.
I mean, he had
Jets
4
were 2-0
touchdowns. Didn't turn
last
the
2
ball over.
weeks. Jets beat a crazy good playoff team, the Rams.
Anyways, I'd take the Bucks.
I would.
Score.
I think the blowout. I think it's like. I don't want it to be. I think that first half it's close. It's like 17-10, and then it's 42-17.
See,
That much.
Yeah.
See, I go the other opposite direction. I think it's typical
Bucks.
Tom Brady
First.
playoff game. He's down at half
Oh, you think?
by like 10, like
Oh, you
20
think?
to 10. Then they win like 35-20.
Don't get me wrong. I would love. See, I'm kind of torn because I like witnessing greatness. I wouldn't mind seeing him get 7, but I mean,
I wouldn't either.
but
But
what's the point after 6? You know what? Like it's.
what's the
If
point
you're
after
not,
5?
I think it kind of ruins it for me that he's not on the Patriots to get all 7 on the Patriots. You know what I mean? All 8. So it's like, So what? He gets another one on Tampa and then another one there. But also, I'd love to see a 7-9 team beat Tom Brady with Chase Young, with a guy that beat cancer this year as their head coach, with Alex Smith who has like his ass meat for a leg. It's just it's crazy.
I'm going to take Tampa here, but I think this game's going to be extremely back and forth.
Spread's got to be big, right?
I mean, Tampa's -7.5. The thing with the Bucks is they crumble on crunch time. Like they haven't played good in crunch time, other than the Green Bay game.
right.
I mean, other than
But even that, it's only because
the defense.
they were given
I mean-
21 points within 5 minutes.
I mean, we saw them against the Saints both times, and Brady went 3 and out 6 drives in a row. So I think
That Tampa Bay
I think Washington's
team,
going to keep it close, but I don't think Washington's offense is good enough to score. So I think it's going to be like Tampa 21, Washington 17.
see that.
So
I think Tampa Bay the past 2-3 weeks has looked like a different team. Like they could turn it on when they want to. So yeah, I can't wait to see them playoff wise.
all right, Sunday. 1 o'clock. We have the Baltimore Ravens 11-5 traveling to Tennessee to play the 11-5 Titans.
Gonna get your bike back game.
Mm-hmm.
RG3 said that the Ravens are looking to get their bike back. Tennessee, Derek 2K. It's gonna be a dope game. Lamar's playing MVP level again. Pat Ricard's the best player ever.
Fun fact about put that one on tap, Dave. Fun fact about Derrick Henry.
Yep.
So Derrick Henry led the league in rushing.
No.
If Derrick Henry played,
Just by a little, right?
no, he led it by about 600 yards.
That's retarded.
If Derrick Henry played his division, which is the Jaguars, Texans, Colts, he played 6 games against those teams. If you take the stats from those 6 games against his division,
Don't tell me.
Derrick Henry was number 9 in the NFL in rushing yards.
Talk about a good division, huh?
Talk about a
That man is not human.
I know.
dude.
like,
And the
the last
last one of
the
those
last
Colts
3
games,
games he's played against the Texans, he's gone over 200.
one of those Colts games, they only gave up like 100. Which
Yeah.
only
And then
giving
the
up
other,
100
and then
to
the other
Derrick
Colts
Henry
game, he
is-
had 220 and 3 touchdowns and a half.
It's
Like,
unreal.
he plays
He's not
for somebody to lead their division or lead the NFL in rushing. Congrats, but
Just playing.
to take 6 games against his own division and he's still a top 10 NFL running back
He's disgusting.
is just like,
Alabama, you know where he went? Alabama, woo!
yeah, is it like that's just crazy thing.
He
But,
was made in a lab in Wuhan.
That's
no, that was
definitely questionable. So we'll move on from that statement. Just integrity of our podcast.
I mean,
This guy's trying to burn it from within.
Lamar's back. MVP Lamar's back.
Yeah.
So
After he took that shit.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce. I
Little-
don't care. He
a
said
little
he didn't.
before that.
You know he took a shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone that
He was
sees
constipated.
someone walk like that in the locker room has to take a
Every
shit.
guy in the entire world knows
Who has
go do
cramps and needs to leave
shit. and
the
run
bench
like that.
if they don't have to shit.
mm,
I'm just saying.
If I had cramps, I'll just fall down the sideline and be like, "Yo, someone help me here."
So I'm a man, I just shit my
Stretch me
pants
out.
on the field and keep playing.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how Trace McSorley feels about that. That man tore his entire knee apart because his quarterback had a hit the toilet.
Well, it's not the first time.
He had to hit the loo, and
Honestly, if you put it that way, it's kind of messed up.
That's
you know?
fine.
I mean, that's what
That
happened, bro.
guy will never be paid again.
that's what I'm thinking.
Like, you know what I mean? He gets paid scraps. 'cause
Like
he's back up, and then
every single person who roots for Baltimore is extremely pumped for this, but Trace McSorley has one kneecap right now because his starting QB had to hit the loo. Like,
Wow.
You think Lamar used a bidet?
I hope so.
Remember, Ravens were COVID, like all COVIDized.
So was Tennessee.
This is the COVID Bowl.
Yeah.
You know who started COVID on the Ravens?
Justin Turner.
No.
Turner's not on the Ravens.
He's obviously to Dave. Justin Turner is everywhere.
He started it in the country, not in Baltimore.
Oh, so who started the Ravens? It was
I can't say.
it Pat Ricard?
What the fuck? Why would you even assume that? He's a Spencer native, and he's one of our biggest watchers.
So who was it?
I can't say. Next.
All right.
Next.
I mean, this Tennessee team's not the same team that beat them last year.
No.
That defense is just not nearly to the capacity they were last year.
No. Tannehill
I mean,
can get going, though. I think this is a high-scoring game because both defenses are very, very good. Well, I mean,
it's the
Tennessee's isn't, but
highest over-under in
Is it really?
weekend. Yep, 54.5.
nobody else can really
Looks like-
score, I guess. But
I guess the league doesn't think Malcolm Butler is going to be
But
doing
it's just-
anything, huh?
you saw what Derrick Henry did against Baltimore last time they played. That
Mhm.
Baltimore defense doesn't scare Derrick Henry. You saw that in the playoffs last year too. You get him going. I mean, obviously, that's what's the problem. You need him to get going
Both
for
of these
Tennessee to
teams,
have
too,
a
though.
chance.
Both of these teams need the lead to be who
Right,
they want to be.
exactly. So
I
it's
mean,
good. So that's why I think you could see almost a slugfest
Mhm.
where it's 34-28 overtime win. I think this is the overtime game, if any were to go to overtime. We had a lot of overtime playoff games last year too.
Dude,
I think
telling
we
you.
did,
I mean, I think that this team's gonna go. The thing with the Titans is the every game they've played in the last month. Actually, every game they've played all year is literally whoever gets the ball last is winning.
Right.
Down to the wire.
Whoever touches the ball last is winning this
I ain't complaining.
Yeah, but in a playoff game, I don't think you can do that. I think it's going to be back and forth, but I
Right.
think Baltimore. See, I mean, Henry really doesn't fumble the ball. He had that weak fumble last
Right.
week.
Which that was
It was fluke.
that was him thinking about getting the record. You know what I mean?
I can see Baltimore taking the lead, Tannehill forcing it and throwing a pick. But I can also see it the other way around. I mean, I take Baltimore 38, Tennessee 30. 38-30.
38-30. Yeah, see, I'm still sticking 34-28. I like the overtime aspect.
Who wins?
Baltimore. Baltimore revenge game. But Tennessee has everything on paper besides the defense. They have a better running back. They have a better quarterback that can throw I think he can throw the ball better than Lamar can. Lamar can obviously run better, but Tannehill's also has those receivers, and if Johnny Smith can play like he had, you know what I mean, first few weeks,
Yep.
Tennessee can definitely give him a fight.
I think Des Bryant catches a touchdown as well.
Whoa.
Tyler, how about you? What's your prediction here?
I say 35-29. Malcolm Butler drops a game-winning interception, and the very next play is a touchdown from Lamar to win it.
That's an insane
so-
prediction,
yeah.
but okay.
That's a Patriots fan just somehow rooting for some aspect of patriotism in the playoffs. I respect it.
Ravens are minus
I
4.5 that
respect
game.
it.
All right, 4:40. We have the 8-8 Chicago Bears traveling to New Orleans to play the 12-4 Saints.
Wait a minute. Breaking news for me right now. I didn't know the Bears were in the playoffs.
Yes,
Wow.
bear
They're
down,
gonna get
baby.
Rolled. They are going to get rolled.
Honestly, I don't
Were they
think so.
they just got in wild card? Were they 7 seed?
8-8?
Arizona lost.
8-8. Colts struggled to get in at 11-5.
6-10 Giants.
10-6. 11-5.
I mean, the Cardinals lost. Cardinals won Cardinals jump in, but
Drew Brees said he's retiring.
If Kamara plays, Saints absolutely murder them.
Kamara is playing.
Drew Brees said he's retiring, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a blowout, honestly.
It's expected.
This is a Drew Brees swan song NFL. Fuck.
Saints -8.5.
Damn it.
Ooh.
That sucks. I thought the Colts had a chance, but it looks like. Oh! Hold on a minute, folks.
Oh, you have a chance for finalist banner.
The Colts are going to make the playoffs, a.k.a. win the playoffs, a.k.a. get to the Super Bowl. Drew Brees' swan song. What a better way to send him off than beating the Colts once again.
I mean, he
What?
could beat anybody, and it's a swan song.
But Goodell, a.k.a. Hitler, a.k.a. Fran,
Oh.
the big H, sorry, a.k.a. Fran, has a big. They need money. Oh my God, the Colts are going to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're going to lose, but
I
It's okay.
really, really wanted to pick Chicago in this game
that's
because
Allen Robinson bias.
no, I think the Saints always fail in the playoffs. They typically have, but after seeing the Drew Brees retiring reports, the Saints are in absolute cap hell after the season.
They have to get rid of Brees.
So-
basically.
Brees is gone. They're about $95 million under the cap, like negative $95 million next season. The Saints are going all out this year. Like, I honestly was going to take Chicago this morning.
Yep.
Saw their cap report and was like, I mean, the Saints are sitting there, and Sean Payton's kind of 1 foot out the door. He's on his way out.
Bounty Gate. He tried to kill people,
Greg Williams, but
but
Sean Payton, 1 foot out the door. He's sitting there ready to go. Drew Brees, ready to go. He's retiring. And the cap is just so bad that they sit there and it, like, you may think the players don't know this shit, but they all know it. Everybody, if I can see that, then
The players are seeing it.
Marshawn Lattimore's
his
looking
brain's
at it
huge
too.
though.
Like, I mean, so I'm taking the Saints.
Route
I want to say an upset, or blowout, but
35-14 route.
I say 28-6.
What the fuck?
We're all going blowouts here. 38-10.
28-6.
I think the Saints.
Kamara has a freaking day.
No.
So the past 2 years, 3 years, Saints have been almost kind of the favorite to win the Super Bowl, and they've been screwed over.
They're their worst enemy.
They have been, well, the refs have helped them twice.
Once.
True.
The other one,
At least
Oh
once.
yeah, and then the defensive. No, what was it? It was pass interference.
pass interference, and then the Saints had the ball and couldn't score, and then they got the ball in overtime and couldn't score. And yeah,
But
so-
I mean, that pass interference ends the game.
oh yeah, but
And then Miami Miracle. I don't know what the defense backs do.
Minnesota Miracle.
Minnesota Miracle, right? Miami Miracle is that same season
it was
where the Patriots couldn't stop
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake. It was actually Rob Gronkowski, who's now on the playoffs with Tom Brady.
I thought Gronk
in New
retired.
England. No. He came out of retirement to go join Brady in Tampa Bay
Why did Andrew Luck come out of retirement?
because he has more money than God.
Yeah.
And he's smart.
Why would he not? Why would he?
So is Gronk.
No.
Oh, Gronk's poor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You know how many surgeries that bum needs?
I mean,
Yeah, as a
you
Patriots
think
fan, right?
Floyd Mayweather is rich?
Did they?
No, that man's poor. That's why he continues to come back to the game.
Exactly. You got to spend money to make money.
Gronkowski needed money. He came back to the game.
Yeah, that's
Why do you
that's
think-
Why,
why do
that's
you
why
think
Tom
Gronk
Brady's?
did-
That's why Tom Brady's still
The
paying.
diamond-
Why do you think Gronk
Contract
did
money.
WWE?
Yeah, he needed the money.
He needed
Yeah,
that
he's
check.
the
from
Why do you think he
Vince.
tried acting?
Needed the money.
Gronk has to spend diamonds contract.
Gronk is a bum and
Tell it to his face. Dave.
alcoholic.
Oh,
That's what he spends all the
All right, Dave.
Antonio Brown.
Dave. Ready?
day. Change bands.
Sunday night we have the rivalry, the
the
division rivalry.
COVID Bowl.
Cleveland Browns
Mhm.
11-5 in Pittsburgh, 12-4. Pittsburgh's favored by 3.5.
Oh my lord.
See what Big Ben said? He's like, yeah, we got 3 options at quarterback. He was talking about Josh Dobbs. He's like, you don't know who we're going to run with. Who the fuck says
They
that?
don't.
That being said, Stefanski's out. most likely, right?
Mhm.
Because of
Yeah,
Corona.
he can coach via Zoom, so hopefully he has good internet.
Like,
hopefully.
what the fuck are we dealing with?
I mean, the NFL's very quietly ignored the outbreak in Cleveland.
how can you not? So, do you remember in college football, guy gets injured, coach, and he coaches from like a hospital bed, basically.
Oh,
up
Hugh
top.
Freeze? Or-
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Was it Hugh Freeze?
I think so.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do that with Stefanski? Bubble up, basically, and put him like in a booth.
I wish they could.
Or just do what freaking what's his name this year did it for Alabama. Fucking
Oh,
Saban?
Saban. Yeah.
Saban did it. He coached the whole game.
Like it just.
From the booth.
No, like I think no. He did like a whole week of practice, but at home they had like
Yeah.
they had like cameras set up, and he was like on Zoom like talking.
Oh, I'm
and
sure that's
everything.
what's going on.
But like how?
But they can do a game easily.
Man, I think it's. I mean, like, coaching in the NFL matters.
hmm
In a
Oh, yeah.
lot of the other sports, you can argue against it. NBA, Steve Kerr, the Warriors run. Like, MLB,
Ty Lue.
you almost see.
I mean, realistic.
exactly.
How is Stefanski going to be able to do this from home on Zoom?
He's not gonna, because I'll be fucking pinging his airwaves and trying to hit him offline.
Not even that. I mean, that guy can get a text on anything,
It doesn't make
and
sense.
he can look at it and.
So they're gonna
Like-
allow that, but they're gonna be mad at the Patriots
Oh,
for
okay.
filming sidelines.
The Patriots were also told not to do it 2 weeks beforehand,
Relax, I was a joke.
and then they ended up winning a Super Bowl
Can't joke with him.
again.
I'm
So,
sorry, I apologize.
but
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. I
Respect
mean,
greatness.
how is Stefanski going to be able? Like,
I don't know.
I think
don't know.
this is gonna affect the Browns huge.
Huge.
it's.
Triggered.
I mean, Stefanski's.
Trigger warning.
Stefanski came here and they made the
Huge.
playoffs for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
They won 11 games this year. Like,
And I think his play calling had a big call to do, big part to
Absolutely,
do with that.
yeah.
So,
I think his presence has a huge thing to do.
and I think, I mean, obviously you're going to get the interim head coach or whoever they pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get a game script, but that only goes 30, 40 plays. Like there's a limit to how far that game script's going to go. So you're going to have to make calls yourself. Where Stefanski's going to be there, and then Baker going to crumble. The Steelers team doesn't look good. It's just I have no clue what's going to happen with this game, and
What did the Browns use as motivation?
probably Odell getting shit on.
Stefanski's
in
not
the
there.
middle of
Let's
the
win it
season.
for him.
I mean, you can use it as motivation as
Put
much as you
Odell-
want. I don't think you're going into Pittsburgh and beating the Steelers.
I mean, get Odell in his cast.
I mean, the Bengals did.
The Bengals,
Well, shut
that
up.
didn't matter. Like,
Sorry, that was rude.
division games are different, but
Sure.
playoff games are huge.
Trigger warning.
It's Big Ben got his week off. He got the rest that he needed. He's coming back. He's probably going to still be at
Better than
70%.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Browns win this, and I am saying the Steelers have offensive trouble. 23-17 final.
Who?
Browns.
Browns?
Mm-hmm.
See, I like 26-19 Pittsburgh.
What are we doing with these numbers? Go ahead.
They
Do
kick
something-
field
just
goals.
do something weird. Do something weird.
1917.
Yeah, baby, best year.
Pittsburgh.
I do like that one too. Though.
1970. Pittsburgh.
What about 20?
2-0.
29.
Ooh.
22.
29 is way too many field goals.
No, because they're gonna miss an extra point at some point. So the Browns.
That's 2 touchdowns and 4 field goals.
Or they go for 2. At some
I
point.
mean, it could go for 2.
Or they just 30-15. One team gets 15 safeties.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Deontay has a big game though. Deontay's gonna have a big game.
Deontay Harris, he's still injured, but he might be back before the playoffs for the Saints. I mean, 2 weeks in.
Is he gonna play or is he?
Well, he's their punter. He's an all-pro.
I want to say punt return still.
All-pro, yeah.
Real quick, how
Rookie year.
about your predictions on the biggest game of the week, Monday night,
What's Monday night?
Alabama, Ohio State,
Oh my God!
um,
The COVID.
and Ohio State is actually ravaged with COVID right now, but they're saying that the game is still going to go on. So,
Can I hand up? Me, conspiracy theorist over
Yeah.
here.
oh boy,
Fake COVID. They're just trying to rest Fields, get it going.
they're
I mean,
gonna,
I
they're going to play
think-
Monday night.
Sure
so
do.
I think
It's gonna be a good game. So.
dude, The only thing open in like Ohio is Ohio State's
Right.
football program and the Cleveland Browns. That whole fucking state is shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Alabama, I mean, Mac Jones first 5-6 weeks, he's average. He was the Heisman. He was a Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
runner
mean,
up, yeah.
and he has the Heisman winner on his team,
That he's
and they
following.
also have a unreal running back.
Yeah.
It's just that team's so complete, and the Patriots aren't in the playoffs, so Saban could win one, and it's gonna be fine.
So
I think Bama runs away with it.
what's the?
See, I thought Clemson would beat Ohio State by 1,000,000.
I mean, Ohio State looks great, but,
If Fields
but
ain't-
Bama is.
If Fields is
on a whole nother
100%,
level.
I think it's like a 42-35 finish. I think
Alabama 40 to 35.
42-35.
Over under 75. So
Is it really?
yeah.
Well, that's pretty
Alabama's -8 in the game.
good. Oh.
It's a touchdown.
I mean, I think, dude, Ohio State's got a huge chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, not one person in the country,
Thanks
obviously,
Dabo
besides the
literally
committee.
gets beat by them, and he's like, yeah, I still would have ranked them
Yeah,
11th.
the Buckeyes bent over Dabo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
but
it-
Saban's not dumb enough to give them chalkboard
No.
material.
No, and
Saban will talk them up.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, they're a great team.
the talent in Alabama,
It's
like
just-
Devonta Smith, is insane.
Could you imagine if Jalen
It's not as
Waddle
good as
did-
LSU last year, but I mean, it's
I mean,
good.
the thing-
it's
the-
good.
I think it's almost.
I mean,
No, it's
not
not.
as
Joe Burrow
good.
is
No,
sick.
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's not better than that.
Well, I mean, that's
LSU was an NFL team last year.
LSU
That's not, I
LSU's
hate those arguments that.
Okay,
an
I'm not
NFL
saying
team,
they
a
can
college
beat. I'm not
team,
saying they can
meh,
beat an
meh,
NFL team.
meh.
Their entire every starter who was draft eligible got freaking is starting on an NFL team this year.
No,
Joe
they're
Burrow's
on
knee
an
is
NFL
blown
team.
Well,
out.
they're on an NFL team, but I mean,
but
still,
Joe Burrow's
it's
knee.
the greatest team of all time. So it's
What?
the LSU's 2019-2020 season is the best college offense of all time.
all time. Yep.
I think Bama's winning the game by 10.
Mm.
Like 40-30.
2004 USC.
No.
I say Bama runs away with it. I mean, I can just see Bama just coming up to a hot start and being too much.
Yeah, I mean
I say Bama wins by like 16.
the only way you see Bama losing is Mac Jones turns it over, but Mac Jones just doesn't
Honestly,
turn it
it's-
over.
That Alabama
Even if they
system
did,
is
honestly, their
just too-
backup quarterback is probably fantastic as well. So,
Yeah, they would need to shoot Devontae Smith.
like who
in the
was
head.
it against Clemson where they started what's his name in the first half and Tua came in the second half?
No,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Clemson, right?
yeah,
That was Clemson,
yes.
right? Yeah.
But you're
2
thinking
3 years ago. 2 years ago.
yeah.
That
3
was-
years ago.
wasn't that Jalen Hurts getting benched on Bama?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
Tua?
Hurts
That's
got
what he's
benched and Tua came in. Yeah,
And
I mean,
now look at that.
imagine
Both are
imagine
mediocre.
going to your backup quarterback in the national championship game and still having just as much faith.
Oh, I mean the Dolphins did it with Fitzmagic.
And his first pass was like a 50-yard bomb. It was like, oh my god, look at this guy ball.
If I could throw the ball 50 yards, I'd probably get it to the wide open receiver downfield too.
That's what I mean, anyway,
Yeah.
dude, Alabama's just
That's-
you pick the cream of the crop at
Mhm.
wide receiver and tight end, and
That's why it's like
no
sometimes
one can really keep up.
you wonder like these 5-star recruits. Is it better to go to Alabama where, like, say you're a quarterback, because you see like these Alabama quarterbacks always get that. Oh well, they have 1,000,000 guys; they're not going to be good. Would you rather get a better draft stock going somewhere where it's like shittier? You know what I mean? It's always. I wonder if that's ever like a influence in those guys' decisions.
Definitely is. I mean, you see people go to Oklahoma
Right,
for
just-
reasons
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
But even Oklahoma,
but
like, still,
5-star
you know.
recruits go to Bama and like LSU. Like they go to SEC schools because
But sometimes they die there. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they
but
don't get what they like if they
but
went to a
if they
smaller
want to
school.
be like the most ready that they can be for the NFL,
Right.
you're going to go to an SEC school.
Right.
I mean, ACC schools are getting up there, but I mean the SEC,
Pac-12, bro.
SEC is so far ahead.
Pac-12.
Yeah, conference champions, baby.
Who USC?
Thank you, Reggie Bush.
Oregon,
Shut.
I mean,
Herbert, Mariota, pretty good.
so I'm looking right now. There's 2. You want 5-star recruits?
Sure.
BC got one, actually.
Michigan. JJ McCarthy is a 5-star quarterback going to Michigan.
Why would you ever?
So I mean that's a big one right there.
Is what's his name
Yeah.
coaching Michigan next year?
Must have gave him a lot of money, that kid.
Harbaugh. I mean he's on the staff as of now.
He must have gave him a lot of money to get a 5-star.
4-star going to Tennessee.
Tennessee is
Trash.
also a good program.
Well,
Tennessee has a very good recruiting class. They're like top
good
10
recruit.
recruiting class.
Yeah.
They have a
Big
good
name.
recruiting class.
Another-
They can just
another
never
top-
put it together.
Another 4-star going to Oregon.
What are you looking at right now? Just like a random.
Top 10 recruiting classes.
Oh.
I mean, Alabama has 5-star. Not quarterbacks, but still.
Clemson.
Another 5-star is going to Ohio State. So
Yeah.
See, that's like when you're deciding between, would you rather go to Miami and live your college life down in Miami, or like Alabama, or even
Tuscaloosa,
Clemson,
yeah.
or would you rather live your college life in Ohio? It's a pretty.
Well,
easy
where Ohio
fucking
State
choice.
is, nice area.
Yeah, okay, it's in Ohio.
Party.
How's the weather right now in Ohio?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Probably
Shitty.
cold, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Florida weather.
It's just not. What's it called? Florida.
You know what I mean? If I was I'd be Miami, and I'd get kicked out of the team second year in for probably cocaine.
David.
Coca-Cola. Oh,
Wrong one. Did you know Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it way back in
sure
the day?
did, buddy. Sure did.
Crazy.
You know, if you boil it down, save that for next week.
Yeah, I'll save it next week.
Alabama does have Bryce Young
Bryce?
for next year. I want to say another 5-star
Bryce
quarterback.
Bernard?
Bryce Young.
Bruce Young?
Bruce Young?
I mean that. Mac Jones did beat him out this year, which was crazy.
He's proved it, though.
I mean, he's like the.
Mac Jones is good.
According to 24/7 Sports, he's the 20th best recruit of all time.
Who?
Bryce Young.
Oh, Bryce
He's
Young.
Alabama's number 3 recruit of all time.
Whew.
And
Chase Young's brother?
no,
Bruce Young.
I wonder if he is brother. I don't think they're brothers.
Well,
Let's look it up, Dave.
dun, 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 dun.
Bryce Young. Well, let's see. I don't believe he is.
Rest in peace, Tommy Heinsohn. I know it happened a while ago, but you've been watching the
You
Celtics.
mentioned that on the
I
podcast.
know, but you watching the Celtics
they're
games
not
now.
brothers.
It's like,
He's balling out right now.
yeah, I know.
All right, Dave.
I ain't a hater.
That's gonna be it for this week.
Whew. Quick
Guys,
week.
we'll be back next week. Next week we're gonna obviously recap the wild card. We're gonna hit the divisional playoffs,
Colts.
and we're gonna give you the top 6 destinations of head coaches in order.
Ooh.
Say if we were NFL head coaches, where we would want to go in order. So, I mean, we'll see, Dave.
Hey, make sure you like, subscribe, follow us, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, and you will get
Instagram.
Instagram. We're doing a giveaway soon, probably.
Yep.
I mean,
We do have Super Bowl squares, $20 squares a piece. So,
it's basically free money if you enter.
Message us on Instagram for those things.
Yep.
Get information about it.
Again, Instagram for those.
Instagram.
at 508 Association.
Woo!
See you guys later.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening to the 508 Power Hour. Make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch and hit subscribe on YouTube at 508 Association.